This story is proof of how two jealous Siberian Huskies get along with each other and their family. The first time I saw him, I held my husband's hand tightly. Our eyes met. And at the same moment we realized this wasn't just a dog. This was the missing piece in our lives. We named him North because there was a silence in his gaze, like the North Pole. But he also had a strong energy, like a storm. The first day, when we came home, none of us spoke. North just stood in the middle of the living room. He smelled everything. He looked at us, as if to ask, "Do you really want me?" When I approached him, he took a step back. He stood guard at the doorway like a soldier. Sometimes he attacked the pillows to release his energy. I can say that it was a difficult adjustment for him. I even saw him burying his head in the pillows. Was this behavior normal? The first weeks we spent with North were quiet but full. On our morning walks, we would lock eyes and communicate without saying a word. He would chase the ball for hours in the garden and then come and crawl at our feet. But most of all, I loved his howl at night, so deep, so sincere, as if he was whispering a secret to the sky. In these moments, my husband and I would lock eyes, and every time we'd think the same thing. He understands our hearts without speaking, loving his paws when he lay down. That was an indescribable feeling. When I petted one paw, he would nudge me to pet the other. He had funny reactions. I think he was getting used to us. In a few months, we realized something. North had filled the emptiness in the house, but there was still loneliness inside. No matter how much love we gave him, some nights he would go out into the garden, raise his head to the sky and howl for a long time. That sound was the sound of loneliness. It made us think. And one morning, my husband came with the phone. "Look," he said, "this one is just like him. Same eyes. Maybe he needs a brother or sister." That day we decided a second Siberian Husky. We named him Sky because when he came, the atmosphere in our house changed. She entered our lives like the wind. As soon as he stepped through the door, he and Cusie locked eyes. Believe it or not, they started howling at the same time, in the same tone. I'll never forget that moment I just watched. Two strangers greeted each other as if they were brothers separated by years. If you had witnessed that scene, you would have no doubt that animals have feelings too. They really do. That's why we tell this story, because some bonds are not just made of blood. Some bonds are born from the heart. The early days were difficult, but the bond that formed between them seemed to draw them to each other. In the first weeks, Sky endeared herself to us by crawling in the snow and doing funny behaviors. Our garden turned into an arena. We wake up in the morning, run to the window. Which one has the ball? Who is running away from whom? And when they wanted a little rest, they would sit on the sofa and clean themselves. Of course, they would throw all the covers on the floor. Sometimes I walk into the kitchen and they're both after me, one on the right, one on the left. They'd grab the toys and run away, and then the toy war would start. You should have seen them. They were fighting each other with toys in their mouths. When my husband and I see them like that, we know we made the right decision. Do you also have a pet? If so, you can write its name in the comments. Who knows? Maybe his or her name will inspire another friend. One evening, I was sitting with my husband watching TV, and North was sleeping at my feet. Sky was in the other corner of the couch. At that moment, my husband whispered, "You know, we are really a family of 4 now." He was right. They are not just dogs, they are creatures with feelings, creatures that shape our lives. That's why we want something from you. If you have had such special moments, share them with us in the comments. Maybe together we can show more people how real this miraculous bond is. Over time, their bond grew stronger. Sometimes they sulked and fought. They even hid in the closet and avoided making eye contact with each other. When Sky got sick, North wouldn't leave the crib. He didn't eat or play, he just waited. And when Sky got better, the first thing he did was hug North's neck. I saw it. I'm describing it as a hug because that's what it was. That moment, my wife grabbed the phone and videotaped it, crying. The moments when they howled together. Each time they howled, they understood each other's language better and better. When one of them barked, the other one would immediately get up and see what was going on. Yes, maybe sometimes they fought and sulked, but they always protected each other. That's my strong family. You two Siberian Huskies changed our lives. I love you so much. And I look at both of them and think, I'm glad you exist, because you're not just our lives, you're each other's lives. And you, if one day you think about adopting a Siberian Husky, know this. This is not just an animal. It's a soul that understands you, that cries with you, that laughs with you. The bond you form with them, it's indescribable.